Hi guys. So I'm walking out here to this garage because I want you to see what I've got going on out here. Even though it's, getting cold outside and it's winter time, I'm still kind of doing things in the house and in the garage. So the first thing I have going on is kind of exciting is the tower. And you can see I've still got onions in the tower. And even there's like new onions coming up. And I'm experimenting with some of last year's garlic that was starting to get soft. So I put it in here and you can see it's actually growing. The chamomile's coming back and I've got, random onions, and I've got the parsley's still going strong, which is good because I feed a lot of that to the rabbits. I've got oregano still growing under here. And I had a couple of extra seeds in a packet that was beets. And so you can see that the beets are actually coming up. So, but I'll have chamomile all winter. And I'm actually going to start filling this with salad greens and spinach and stuff like that. So now that it's in here and I debugged it, so there's no insects or fruit flies or anything like that, fungus gnats. And then I have some random cuttings from my plants outside. I've got coleus growing and a lot of this vine, which I'm actually going to take more because there's tons of it growing still in my flower planters it's not frozen. It's really super hardy. So I'm actually going to take more cuttings of that so I'll have plenty for flower planters next year without having to buy it. I've got a geranium in here, which I'm going to cut this all back this year. This was a really beautiful geranium that my son gave me for Mother's Day. My Steve, my sweet boy. He always gets me a plant, the first plant of the year. He brings me one for Mother's Day. So I'm going to cut this down and try to overwinter it. I've got a whole bunch of other ones in a box down in the storage room that are just cut off and dry in a box to overwinter. But this one I thought I would try to do differently. And then a lot of people don't know that you can actually overwinter pepper plants. A lot of places pepper plants are actually considered a perennial. So how you overwinter them is you take them out of the soil, get as much of the soil off as you can, and put it in a pot like this. And then you follow it up to the first Y, and you prune everything on the bottom side underneath that. And then you prune all the leaves off. And it's really heartbreaking to do that, but it's got new growth. How cool is that? And so I have 5 peppers in here, various peppers that I'm trying to overwinter. And they're all getting this new growth on them, which is super exciting. I've never done this before, so it's an experiment and I'm actually enjoying. And then I also took cuttings of peppers and put them in water, and you can see now my cuttings are getting new growth too. So I'm waiting for them to get roots. They haven't got roots yet, but I think because they're getting new leaves, that's a positive sign. So we'll keep you posted on that. And then over here, I have a bunch of various ivies. One of the Facebook members traded me some ivy. And so I've got this really cool ivy. That's really hardy kind of ivy that I use in outdoor planters a lot. And so I rooted them and I put them in soil. So these are growing out here as well. And I'm probably going to actually cut them back like here, and root these as well. So my goal is to have like 15 or 20 of these by spring. And then I've got some of those other ivies here kind of already potted. These were really super scraggly ones that had little root balls on them, so I just stuck them in dirt and they're actually starting to come around. So anyway, that's kind of what we got going on out here for now. The tower is actually going to get its own light system again. Last year we had a frame that my husband, Mighty Mike, he put it on there, and so it has lights on 2 sides and a light over the top. And then I just rotate it daily, and I grew my salad greens and herbs all winter long last year. So we're going to be getting that together here soon. And then big news, new greenhouse coming in the spring, a very large one. We're doing kind of a remodel build of one of our rental houses that's on the property. And so I'll be bringing you guys along on that. So stay tuned and remember that the more you know, the more you grow.